Does this country need more regulations? President Obama yesterday said yes.
He is making a major push to combat climate change, he says.
I'm directing the Environmental Protection Agency to put an end to the limitless dumping of carbon pollution from our power plants and complete new pollution standards for both new and existing power plants. What you'll hear from the special interests and their allies in Congress is that this will kill jobs and crush the economy and basically end American free enterprise as we know it.
But some people are unhappy with the president's plan, including some Democrats who say this is a terrible idea. Joining us right now, one of them, Senator Joe Manchin, who represents the coal mining state of West Virginia. Senator, good morning.
Good morning, Stephen Tucker. How are you all?
Doing okay. Better than you. I mean, the President of the United States has declared a war on coal and a war on jobs and essentially a war on West Virginia.
Well, really a war on America. When you look at it from that standpoint, there are 8 billion tons of coal is being burned in the world as we speak. The United States of America consumes about 1 billion tons. Now, what's going to happen to the other 7 billion tons? What's going to happen to the countries that are consuming and using 7 billion, and it's increasing rapidly? Nothing's being done there. We have done more to clean up the environment than ever in the last 2 decades, and there's more that can be done. The President's looking at some scientists and whoever's advising him, trying to meet standards that haven't even been perfected because the government hasn't worked with the private industry to perfect the technologies. We do have technologies that can help tremendously. We're caught in between right now. We have older plants, coal-fired plants, that would be retrofitted, but if they try to retrofit them, they have to meet standards that are unobtainable.
Right.
So you know what they do? Nothing.
So they can't become cleaner because of government regulation. So, by the way, there's no scientific consensus on the degree to which we can stop or slow climate change, no matter what the president says. That's ridiculous. What do you think of his description of you and the coal industry as, quote, special interests, whereas the renewable people, solar, wind, who take tons of government subsidies, they're not special interests?
Well, the president and the leadership of this administration has to realize that they're the leaders of all 300+ million of us. All 50 states are involved here, and we're all looking to be part of this great economy, a great society, and this great democracy. And we need some leadership that really brings us all in, and rather than dividing us apart. You know, I'm not a scientist, but I don't believe that the wind currents or the ocean currents begin or end right over America. If that's the case, then we only burn 1/8 of the consuming 1/8 of the coal that's burnt in the world.
Yeah.
How are we all to blame, and why are we taking the hit that we're going to be taking? Why is this economy going to be taking this hit? Why are jobs going to be lost? And they will be lost, no matter what. And here's the other thing. To both Stephen Tucker, you know, even the EIA, which is the energy department that the president and his administration, they're saying that they're depending on coal up through 2040 for about 35% of the energy. How are they going to replace it?
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
You know what? And just as I think when George Bush left office, gas was what, $1.90 a gallon. Now it's close to double that. This essentially, by restricting the coal industry, would cause every time we flip on the switch, that price is going to go up. Every time somebody plugs in their electric car, that's going to go up as well. And Senator, I want you to listen to the President of the United States calling out people who aren't on his side.
I'm open to all sorts of new ideas, maybe better ideas, to make sure that we deal with climate change in a way that promotes jobs and growth. Nobody has a monopoly on what is a very hard problem, but I don't have much patience for anyone who denies that this challenge is real. We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society.
Is he calling you a Flat Earth Society member?
Well, I don't know what he's calling me, but I'm willing to give him some ideas that'll work. Why don't we use the scrubbers? Why don't we use the SCRs? Why don't we use the low NOx burners in plants right now that haven't been retrofitted? Why don't you work with the technology you have rather than meeting technology that's not been perfected, because this government hasn't perfected the carbon capture sequestration, taking clean stream of CO2 off. Why don't we do that?
Because it's not about
more than any
science,
other country's done.
Ideology.
Sure.
As you know. Senator, thanks a lot for joining us.
Hey, thank you all. We're going to continue just put common sense. This is common sense. That's all.
Hey, just a curiosity, on a scale of 1 to 10, how angry are you about this?
Oh, I don't think that you have a scale.
We can tell by your passion today. All right, Senator.
Well, it's just ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. I should not have to be sitting here as a U.S. Senator fighting my own president and fighting my own government. That's ridiculous. I want to work with them. I've reached out. I will continue to reach out. But I need a partner here. I don't need an adversary. I need a partner and an advocate.
Well, they just heard you down the street. Senator, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.